Okay, we are just going almost on the verge of going live. Ateeq, okay, perfect. Here we go. All right, perfect. We are live now. We'll get going. Ateeq, all the very best. So, could you please tell me your full name now?
Messi Mohammad Ateeq.
Okay, so by what name can I call you?
Mohammad Ateeq.
Okay. All right, Ateeq. So, could you tell me what do you do? Do you study or do you work?
I will study.
Okay, so could you tell me what do you
I am
study?
studying now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am studying in BTech, first year, in
Okay.
artificial intelligence and data science.
Okay, that's good to know. Could you tell me what do you like or dislike about your studies?
I like subjects like mathematics
Mm-hmm.
and chemistry. I don't like physics.
Okay, fine. Let me now ask you a few
I
questions
like programming
related
language
to
also.
emails. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Let's now talk about emails. What kinds of emails do you receive about your work or studies?
Till now, I have received about studies or studying. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like other colleges from foreign countries and India also.
Mm-hmm.
I am going through Sakshi.com. Okay, that website, education website.
Mm-hmm.
I am searching about colleges. They are sending mails
Mm-hmm.
about college details
Okay, fine. Do
and
you
other
prep?
things. If I want
Mhm.
to improve,
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
no, finished.
Okay. So, do you prefer to email or phone or text your friends and why?
I will prefer text. Why? Because it is easy way to send messages.
Mm-hmm.
It don't cost any money. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it will go in less cost. That's why I prefer text.
Okay. Any other reason?
It is easy way. If network is there, we can do.
Mm-hmm.
It is easiest way. Okay.
Okay. And do you reply to emails and messages as soon as you receive them? Why or why not?
Till now, I received about education only. No,
Mm-hmm.
I have not replied so many emails.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I have replied
Mm-hmm.
about. I came emails from Emirates, Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have
Mm-hmm.
replied from them for them.
All right, fine. Thank you so much, Ateeq, for responding to all of these questions. Let's now move on towards the second section, wherein I would give you a cue card and 1 minute's time to prepare on the cue card.
Okay,
Then, after you're done with 1 minute's preparation time, you would have to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes.
okay.
Now, precisely, your cue card is this. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is your cue card, and your 1 minute's time to prepare on the cue card starts now.
Describe your model that you know. You should say.
Okay, Ateeq, your 1 minute's time is up. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes to speak on this topic. Please get
Oh,
started.
okay. Last year, I have gone to the Gopi Hotel.
Mm-hmm,
It is located in Hyderabad, Nampally.
mm-hmm,
Okay. It looks like uh, think Taj Mahal. Why? Because it is so beautiful
mm-hmm,
and it provides all facilities from starting receptionist to lift and all water facilities,
mm-hmm,
about telephone and TV and other all needed things. Okay.
mm-hmm. Okay.
It, uh, they are providing service 100%. Okay. Uh, they are taking less cost in
Mm-hmm,
more service 24 by 7 they are giving service.
mm-hmm,
If you got any problem, if you call by telephone, they will come immediately and take care of our problem.
mm-hmm,
Immediately they will try to solve the problem.
mm-hmm.
If I want to order tea, if I'll order, they will take within 10 minutes.
Okay.
uh, After 10 minutes they will bring immediately. Okay. They are doing clean, the rooms are so clean and in less cost also.
Mm-hmm,
There are so many rooms. We took two rooms, one for one bedroom and second room was two bedroom.
mm-hmm,
They are so beautiful.
mm-hmm,
Bathrooms also so good,
mm-hmm.
and water facilities is no problem. They are giving drinking water separately. Okay.
Okay.
It is
Thank you,
still it
Ateeq,
is,
for talking on this particular topic.
okay.
Let me move on to asking you questions related to the next topic. Okay, so let's move on towards the last and the third section, wherein I would ask you a few questions related to staying in hotels and working in a hotel.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about staying in hotel. What things are important when people choose a hotel to stay in?
If they are old people, they want first of all lift.
Mm-hmm,
If they are hi-fi and luxury, they are also preferring lift first of all.
mm-hmm,
After lift, they are preferring services 24 by 7,
mm-hmm.
24 by 7.
Okay.
And if they are ordering anything, they are
Mm-hmm,
getting in time or not. That
mm-hmm.
is the main.
Okay. And then, why do you think some people do not like to stay in hotels and rather live in the houses of their relatives?
Some people travel for job purposes and other things.
Mm-hmm,
That's what they want to stay in hotels. And tourist also.
mm-hmm,
They can't live in homes, no. They are not having any type of homes or rooms. That's why
mm-hmm,
they are preferring hotels. Why? Because they are providing all services with food, water, and other all things.
mm-hmm. Okay. Fine. And do you think staying in a luxury hotel is a waste of money? Why or why not?
If we are rich, we can stay in luxury hotel.
Hmm.
Why? Because some people will say you are earning so much money. That's what you are staying in low hotel. They will
Mm-hmm,
tease.
hmm,
We can live other than luxury also. They are also good,
mm-hmm,
but loss is cost is low.
mm-hmm.
That's the difference. That's all.
Okay. Fine. And then let's also talk about working in a hotel as well. Do you think hotel work is a good career for someone to get started with?
Yes, it is good in luxury hotels like hotel management. They are taking degree in hotel management.
Mm-hmm,
Okay. They are providing more salaries. They are seeing about experience. Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you want more,
Okay.
if you got more experience, we get more salary. That's
Right. Mm-hmm.
it.
Okay. And then finally, tell me, how does working in a big hotel different from working in a small hotel?
If we work in a big hotel, we get more tips.
Mm-hmm,
And if we work
mm-hmm,
in small hotel, some of them give tips and some of them not. we will get the more experience while working in small hotels. Why? Because one person should do more work. In luxury hotels, so many people are there. They are not doing so much of work. They are doing some work, and they are not getting so much experience than working in lower hotel, small hotels.
Okay. All right, fine. Thank you so much, Ateeq, for talking and responding to all of these questions. That's the end of your speaking test. I wish you good luck. Okay, Ateeq, so thanks
Thank you.
for being a part of it, but do stay back because I would have to give you the feedback as well. Okay, let me share the screen wherein I have made a note of the feedback, which is very important for you to understand. Where is that you would have to work on? Just give me a minute. Let me share the screen. I made a note of that in one of the Excel sheets, which I usually maintain to give feedback to my students. Okay, can you see the Excel sheet on the screen? Can you see the Excel sheet, Ateeq?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You're able to see it, right? All right, perfect. So I made a note of close to 31 mistakes that you made in grammar. Okay, so that's something which I want you to work on. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, and there were close to 10, not 10, but 8 mistakes in pronunciation. I would have to give you some tips on how to improve your lexical resource or vocabulary. And then there's something which you need to work on, coherence as well. Okay. So as you can see, guys, Ateeq has happened to be a part. I hope Ateeq you're there with us.
Yes, sir.
You're there, right? Okay. Fine. So Ateeq, the first thing which I want you to, let's talk about pronunciation first, okay? So when you pronounce the s sound
Okay.
before the t sound, most of the people, especially here in India, we tend to pronounce it as sh, but we don't have to pronounce it as sh.
Sure.
It should be pronounced as s. For example, you said first, tourist, receptionist. See, you said sh, but you should have said s. Okay, that's something that you would have to work on.
Sure.
This is called as
Yes.
cluster in pronunciation. Okay, this kind of
Okay.
mistakes, these kind of mistakes are called as cluster, wherein people pronounce s for sh. They take it as sh for s actually. So you should pronounce it as first, not first.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, receptionist, not receptionist. Right? Tourist, not tourist. Right? So
Okay.
those were
Reception.
the clusters exactly. And then
Okay.
you said you can pronounce this word as prefer. It's okay to say prefer, but it would be great if you can just pronounce this word as prefer. And then this one also was a cluster, one of the clusters. You pronounce this word as well as last. It should have been last sound. I want you to work on this. And then how do you pronounce this word, Atiq? Lives. The way in which you pronounce that was slightly different. It looks like a slight network issue when it comes to Atiq at his end. Atiq, you're with us? All right, so here you're with us, right? Okay, perfect. There seems to be some network issue at your end, but never mind. Just take a look at these, the feedback which I'm giving you. So it should be lives. The way in which you pronounce this word lives was slightly different, and it was not 100% correct. Similarly, cost became cost, and then this should be luxury, not luxury, luxury. So these were all high
Luxury.
impact errors, and most of the mistakes that you made were related to clusters. Is the C cost, tourist, receptionist, and
Cost.
last, first. So how many of them? Out
Okay.
of 8 mistakes you made, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were related to the cluster itself. Okay, guys, Ateeq is facing some network issue, so please bear with us. However, you would come to know what sort of feedback I'm giving anyway. Okay, and then never, Ateeq,
Okay.
since you're there, ensure never that Never should you get started by saying myself Muhammad Ateeq, myself Abdul Aleem. No, you can. Myself is always the object, not a subject. You should start your sentences with subjects only. Okay, and then don't use the word will.
Okay.
Don't say I will study, they will go. Something that you do on a regular basis should be told and spoken only in simple present tense. Okay, so you know
Okay.
what? The
Okay.
will, the mistakes that you made by using the word will was here, it was here as well. Um, Take a look at this. And then they will work, they are providing services, they are taking, right? So there were a lot of wills here, this one as well. Take a look at this. Um, and then there were other mistakes as well that you've made with the usage of other tenses, which you shouldn't have used. Till now, I have received about study or studies, okay? And the other thing which was little, wasn't sounding very well was the usage of okay. You were using the word okay at the end of the sentences. Please don't do that. For example, I mean, it looks like someone who is someone who's like a dada type of a person, right? I'm asking you to do that. Okay. Hmm?
Okay.
It looks very demanding. So try not to use that as well. Okay. And
Yes.
then till now I have received about received what? Received emails. You should have mentioned that word. Received emails on rather than saying about. You can say on study or studies. Okay, on. Let me just increase the font size here so that our Facebook users as well and subscribers can see this perfectly well. And then I don't cost any money. It don't cost, it doesn't. You should use subject verb agreement. It doesn't cost any money. And then if network issue is there, we can do. Um, if network issues is there, if network is, I'm sorry, if network is there, we can do. If we have network, we can do the
Okay.
task. You should use the sentence completely. Otherwise, it looks very ambiguous. It doesn't sound like English. It sounds like just Hindi, Urdu, Telugu.
Okay.
And then till now, I received about education only no. Don't use no, also, okay at the end. Don't use these words at the end. It's called as Indianisms. So far, I received, but this was also a repetition. Ensure that you don't repeat. I received emails related to education itself. Okay. And then last year I had, so the sentence was not complete. Okay. And then it looks like think large Taj Mahal. You shouldn't have used the word think here at all. And it provides all facilities. So you should have mentioned, you mentioned this in the later part of the sentence. What sort of facilities were you talking about? You should have mentioned that in the sentence to keep it more coherent and to keep it more complete. And other all needed things and all other required and all other um, requirements, okay, that a person requires in a hotel. For example, sanitaries like soaps and towel, food on time, availability of a good room with AC and stuff like that. You should have mentioned that. And then you mentioned there are providing service 100%. Now, this is something like we definitely, guys, use this kind of sentence when we speak in India, right? They're providing service 100%. बढ़िया service provide करते हैं 100% service है यार उनकी. That's how we say in Hindi, Urdu, right? But just ensure that you don't say this. I mean, in English, it doesn't make complete sense. So they, secondly, you should use simple present tense because something a person or an organization does or someone does habitually should be used, should be said in simple present tense only, right? So they provide quality service every time. That's what you could have mentioned. And then they are taking less cost and more service. So they are taking less cost. They charge less for more and better service. Okay, they provide more and more services when compared to other hotels. And then the cost also is very less. And then if you got any problem, okay, this was fine. Let me just ignore that. And they will come immediately. No will again. Okay, they come immediately. to
Okay.
yeah, to cater to your needs. Anyway, so these are all the sort of mistakes that you've made. We took 2 rooms. Now, who's this we that you were talking about? You did not introduce them. You should have mentioned about whom you were living with in this particular hotel. So that were referencing was improper. So referencing would cost you your coherence. And then water facilities is no problem. There's no water problem there. Okay, there's no water problem over there. There were no water. There was, I'm sorry. There was no water problem in that hotel. Okay. So these were just the mistakes that you've made, close to 20 in 2 sections, and then close to 10 mistakes further, or 11, yeah, 10 mistakes in section 3 as well. They want, first of all, lift. They first of all want lift. This was a word order issue. And then if they are hi-fi also. So rather than saying hi-fi, you could have mentioned if they are from a good, sound financial background in the society. Yeah, or high class people, people belonging to high class. And then they are getting in time or not on time, not in time. If they get food on time or not. So these are petty mistakes which would literally kill your scores in your IELTS. Okay, so that's one thing. There's the list goes on. You guys might have now, even yourself, Ateeq, would have come to know what sort of mistakes you're making in grammar. Okay, however, I want you to use tougher vocabulary for being able to get good band scores in IELTS. Another thing which was missing in your case and speech is the absence of cohesive devices. So I want you to use the cohesive devices as well. For those who are willing to get to know what are cohesive devices, please get in touch with me. Or definitely this would be told to you during your training with me in IELTS. And of course, cohesive devices, the non-usage of cohesive devices, guys, is something which people struggle to get and as such get poor band scores in IELTS speaking. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned it over here, not in vocabulary. Okay, so use tougher vocabulary, use idiomatic English, okay, when you speak, and that's how you could
Okay.
create a good impression in front of your assessor. And then when we talk about coherence and cohesion, I want you to elaborate more. Initially, later on you did, but initially you were not being elaborative. You were just speaking very, very briefly. And then you did not use any cohesive devices. There was no issue as far as the fluency goes. Okay, the fluency is all right. Okay, you're speaking, you have thoughts, and the words are flowing out of your mind and out of your throat or tongue, whatever you call it as, right? Let me now give you the band scores. Let's see how you have done. Just give me a minute. So overall, I would ask you to work on your grammar, Ateeq. Okay. So the fluency and coherence, in terms of the coherence and fluency, I would say
Okay.
you usually maintain the flow. However, there was a repetition of words, a repetition of thoughts as well. You did not flatter or mumble as such, but I would give you a 5.5 in coherence and cohesion. All right. And then as far as the lexical resource goes, your the words that you're using and choosing to convey the message is not being 100% precise. Sometimes you're going I wouldn't say off the topic, but the words that you're supposed to use accurately is not happening with you because of the mother tongue influence. Okay, so that's affecting your lexical resource. The vocabulary is getting affected in IELTS. So I would give you over here a 5. And then in terms of the grammar, there were a lot of mistakes, right? So I want you to work on grammar and take a look at the mistakes that you've made. Um, just give me a minute. Okay, in terms of grammar, I'm just taking a look at the band descriptors over here. And okay, so what you did was you used small sentences. Mostly they were small sentences, and you should use more conjunctions at the start of the sentences for being able to create lengthy sentences. And then there were a lot of errors as well, as we have seen. So over here as well, I wouldn't be able to give you more than 5. And then in terms of pronunciation, there were a lot of mistakes, especially with the cluster. and as such, you need to work on this one as well. Just work on the cluster, otherwise things are okay. Here, I would give you, yeah, but the only thing over here is I can give you a 5.5. Okay. Why? Because there were a few positive features as well in your pronunciation. However, the mother tongue influence actually influenced your mistakes, and all of these mistakes that you've made were high impact errors. So please ensure that you do not commit them. Um, Usually, people do not commit a lot of mistakes in pronunciation, especially for those who are from Hyderabad and stuff like that. So this is primarily because of the fact that Ateeq hails from the Andhra region, wherein there's a lot of mother tongue influence involved, and people from Tamil Nadu as well, right? So Ateeq, I'm sure that you do not take it negatively. Please take it positively. So overall, you get close to 5.25, which is nothing but overall a 5.5 in IELTS out of 9 band scores. So it was a good try. You were sounding confident, but I want you to work on your pronunciation, your grammar, and in fact, improving your vocabulary as well, and your coherence cohesion too. Coherence was fine, but thought process was good. The other thing which was good in you was in your fluency. You never stopped in between. I mean, it never so happened that you said, hello, so today I'd like to talk about, and then you suddenly went blank. It never happened like that. So that was good. All right, so just work on the other aspects wherein I've highlighted, and you should be good to go on that. So overall, you get 5.5 out of 9 bands in IELTS. All right, do you have any question, Ateeq, before we wrap up? I know that you're struggling a bit with network, but still, I mean, if you have any question, feel free to ask me. Let me also, in the meanwhile, check if someone has any question on Facebook as well. Guys, feel free to ask any questions if you have on Facebook here too. Okay, no questions? No problem. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Ateeq, for being a part of it and for being
Thank you,
for
sir.
speaking and being a part of the session. Thank you so much. So to you as well as to my viewers
Thank
on
you.
Facebook, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon in some another video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.